In this video, we explain everything from the first sneak peek of the Clash of Clans update. Stick with me, my friends. This one is going to be epic. Welcome back to the channel then, guys. I'm your host, Judo Sloth. We have the privilege of being back on the developer build today to bring you gameplay of the first sneak peek, and everything you see on your screen now is getting changed, and I will be explaining all of that. Now, you Clash of Clans veterans will know that we have multiple days of sneak peeks building up towards the grand finale and the update itself. So if you want to see the gameplay of the new update as soon as we can bring it, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I bring educational but entertaining Clash of Clans videos. Now, if you want to support me in game, the best way to do that is to use code JUDO in your settings before making any purchases. But let's go ahead and explain everything you need to know for sneak peek 1. Now, what the Clash of Clans team said is that this wouldn't be a major update without new levels to troops, defenses, spells, siege machines, heroes, everything, guys. We are getting new levels across the board, and I will be explaining all of that in this video. And again, this is just sneak peek number 1. Now, the eagle-eyed of you will notice that the lightning spell looks a little bit different there. That is because the lightning spell is getting completely reworked. It will work differently than it ever has. The mechanics will be different. Let me know if you'd like a full breakdown video on that. I probably will bring that at some stage in terms of my series, breaking down all of the troops and spells. But let's go ahead and talk about the defenses first. A quick upgrade in the background there, because we already got an extra level for the Wizard Tower and Cannon when we first upgraded to Town Hall 13. However, we are getting another level, meaning the Wizard Tower can be upgraded to level 13. So an extra 6 damage per second, but just realize on the developer build, the stats can always change before the live build. They tend not to change too much from my past experiences, but just know that the values can alter on anything you see from the developer build. So if we go ahead and upgrade the Wizard Tower for you, it just looks a little bit meatier in my opinion, and I actually really like the ice theme from Town Hall 13. Moving across to the cannon, if we upgrade that, we get an extra 7 damage per second, a level 19 cannon. It just seems crazy to me how much the levels keep on expanding and how quickly it seems to go by. But there is your level 19 cannon. I think that especially the Wizard Tower will make a big impact to the meta in the game. Before we get into all of the individual troop levels and demonstrating the new lightning spell and how it works, let's show you the hero levels, because yes, my friends, we are getting an extra 5 levels to the Barbarian King and the Archer Queen, which also means we will be seeing a brand new ability level. So they will be able to get to ability level 15. So what I've done is put the stats for the level 70 King and the proposed level 75 right next to each other so you can see the difference. We'll do exactly the same with the Archer Queen, and then let's compare them with a little bit of gameplay. So for the two heroes, these are things I think people will be interested in. How good is the level 75 King versus the level 70 King, and how good is the level 75 Queen? So what I thought is we would put them to the test against a max level Town Hall 13 base in order to directly compare them. Now, I haven't done this for every single level, just 70 and 75, but you can see the Barbarian King worked his way around and had 3 Teslas, which eventually took him out. But let's see if the level 75 can do any better. Here we go then, a direct comparison, placing the level 75 King right on top of the cannon. Now, this is just one single base, and it's unlikely that you would use your heroes in a manner like this in terms of literally just the heroes, but you get the idea, guys. We will be able to directly compare, and let's see how much further the level 75 King gets. So the automatic ability goes off, he will move forward, and he does get one of them Tesla. So that could be huge, guys. In this scenario, the king took an extra defense, and there was a lot of barbarians that went across as well to start taking down any of the other buildings, which in a cleanup scenario might be important if the barbarians can survive. Let's do exactly the same for the Archer Queen then, the level 70 Queen, and then we will follow this up in the exact same pattern with the level 75, so you guys get to see that direct comparison. Now, whilst I can't show you every eventuality of the level 70 versus level 75 Queen, I actually think it's pretty good to just put them in the base by themselves and see how far they get. So the Queen in this area gets to the Wizard Tower, gets one strike, but that is it. In comparison though, the level 75 Queen, I'm not too sure that we will see as big of a difference between the king and queen, because she was quite away from taking the Wizard Tower, and the Expo was locked onto that queen as well. But let's take a closer look and see exactly what the difference here is. So as the queen steps forward, she starts to get to that Wizard Tower. She gets a second strike onto the Wizard Tower as well. And again, it doesn't really make a massive difference here, but that could be crucial, especially if you're doing a queen charge and your queen can survive with the healers still on her. Okay, let's go through all of the troop levels now before we show you the lightning spell and how the new lightning spell works. I think it's pretty cool. It's almost like a little mini freeze spell in a way, due to how the mechanics of it work. But let's go through the brand new levels. One of my favorites, because it's just such a versatile troop, is the Baby Dragon. I think this is used a lot in terms of farming. It's personally one of the troops that I farm with the most, but also in terms of creating the funnel whenever you're doing a war attack, cleaning up. It's one of them very versatile troops. We will now be able to get it to level 7, so let's go ahead and upgrade that for you, just so you can see the difference. Now we have, moving along, the clone spell. Now this is going to be an interesting one, because take a look at that. We have an extra 3 capacity in the cloning ability. We tend to clone, let's say, balloons, which are 5 troop capacity, so you're not going to get that added 1 extra balloon or anything like that. So I think it is going to be something that can be helpful on the smaller troops. For troop levels, we are not done yet, because the tank-style troops, the Golem and the Lava Hound, are both getting upgraded. Golem to level 10 and the Lava Hound to level 6. So let's start with the Golem. Go ahead and upgrade that. Now the Golem is a little bit trickier to compare, but what I've done is exited the battle as soon as the Golem and the Golemites were destroyed. So in this scenario, the Golem was deployed at 22 seconds, which means the level 9 Golem survived the Tesla farm for 22 seconds. You can have a quick look, see what it looks like, guys. I did exit the battle pretty much straight away, as you will see. I was ready with my fingers, but let's see what the level 10 Golem does. So you might notice that the timer is larger, and in fact, it was 24 seconds when the Golem was first deployed. Now, we can expect that, right? The Golem has greater health. That's exactly what it's supposed to do. It's only natural that we get a little bit longer in terms of tanking. So it just gives you a rough idea as to what you will get for upgrading the Golem. I would personally concentrate on your heroes, but if you are someone that uses the Golem, you might get an extra couple of seconds to tank the defenses. In terms of the Lava Hound, the stats for the Lava Hound are increased ever so slightly, and really it's more to do with the hit points that we need to be looking at for any sort of Lava Loon attack, and that is 400 extra hit points. But interestingly, we also get 2 extra lava pups. So certainly in terms of cleanup and things like that, it might have a little bit of a benefit. It's very unlikely at Town Hall 13 that you ever get get to the end of the attack and you still have lava hounds up. Normally you want them to pop, but at Town Hall 13 that tends to happen. Moving on to the siege machines then. This is something that is heavily requested actually in terms of new siege machine levels. We're getting them across the board. Obviously the siege barracks, which was the newest siege machine, we already had level 4. But in terms of the wall wrecker, here are the stats: the extra 50 damage per second, but an extra 400 hit points. So that is certainly very nice in order to get that advantage. Moving to the Stone Slammer, we then have an extra 100 damage per second and an extra 300 hit points. Now for the Stone Slammer, you do use the damage a little bit more than the Wall Wrecker, so certainly that is going to be of benefit. So let's go ahead and upgrade that one for you as well. Then in terms of the Battle Blimp, the final upgrade that we will be having, the Battle Blimp does do damage as it moves along, but really the hit points are what we are interested in, and the extra 500 hit points is going to help whenever you're trying to get the Battle Blimp through the base and to a certain area, such as with the Yeti Blimp. Sometimes it just goes down on the wrong side of the wall. That could change now that we have level 4. Now on to the lightning spell. It will no longer cost 2 spells, it is a single spell slot. For that reason, it does less damage, but it could be of more benefit to us. So let's take a look at it. As we deploy it, it actually stuns the Archer Tower very briefly. Now, one of the main uses will still be to take out air defense. No, guys, you cannot use a combination of the lightning spell and the earthquake to take down the town hall, but let's take a closer look at that stun effect. So notice the cannon shooting at the queen. Look at how quickly it's shooting, and notice how it kind of misses a beat, if you will. When we use the lightning spell, it would actually force things to retarget as well, so that could be of benefit whenever you are doing your attacks. I'm personally looking forward to trying it out, but I'm not sure as to how much I will actually use it within my attacks. So that is only sneak peek number 1, guys. But if you want to see my video where I gave a tip for every single troop in the game, I will link that on the screen right now alongside the subscribe button so that you can stay up to date with all of the update information. But until next time, peace out.